This is going to blow your mind. Welcome to Trailvia channel. In this video, we will explore 5 hidden European castles you must visit. Let's dive in. If you're anything like me, you find that Europe's castles are more than just stone and mortar. They're time capsules, echoing with centuries of history, drama, and human endeavor. From the grand fortresses of Germany to the romantic chateau of France, there's truly no shortage of options for castle lovers across the continent. It's easy to be drawn to the big names, the ones that grace every postcard and travel guide, and for good reason, they are magnificent. But what I've learned in my years of travel is that sometimes the most rewarding experiences lie just off the beaten path. You may have already crossed many of the most famous European castles off your bucket list, perhaps Neuschwanstein, Edinburgh Castle, or the Tower of London. While those are undeniably spectacular, there's a whole other layer of history waiting to be uncovered in places that don't always make the headlines. These are the castles that offer a more intimate, perhaps even more authentic glimpse into the past. So today, we're going to venture beyond the usual suspects. I want to share with you 5 underrated European castles, each with its own fascinating history and unique charm. These are places where you can often feel the past more palpably, where the stories are just as compelling and the crowds might be a little thinner. We'll journey from a Slovenian marvel built into a cave to an Albanian bastion of resistance. So grab your virtual passport and let's discover these hidden gems together. Our first stop takes us to the dramatic landscape of Slovenia, specifically to a place that looks like it's been plucked straight from a fantasy novel. About 40 miles southwest of Ljubljana, the charming capital, we find Predjama Castle. Now, this isn't just any castle, it holds a Guinness World Record for being the largest castle built into a cave entrance. Imagine the ingenuity, the sheer audacity of constructing a fortress halfway up a towering 400-foot cliff face. The original structure dates all the way back to 1202, a testament to medieval engineering, though the striking Renaissance-style facade we see today was largely built in the 16th century, giving it an air of timeless strength. The castle's history is as dramatic as its setting. It's famously associated with Erasm Luiga, a 15th century knight often described as a robber baron. Legend has it he was a Slovenian Robin Hood, but he certainly made enemies, especially after killing a relative of the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick III. Predjama, with its secret network of cave tunnels leading to the outside world, became his impregnable hideout. For over a year he taunted his besiegers, supplied through these hidden passages. His eventual downfall, as the story goes, was due to a servant's betrayal, revealing the one vulnerable spot, the latrine. It's these kinds of stories that bring a castle to life, isn't it? Today, Predjama Castle operates as a fascinating museum, part of the larger Postojnska Park complex, which also includes the famous Postojna Cave. When you tour the castle, you get to explore 4 stories of rooms, from the functional kitchen and the solemn chapel to the Lord's bedroom, and of course, the chilling dungeon. The armory, with its collection of replica weapons, gives you a real sense of the castle's defensive past. It's such a unique place that it even caught the eye of Hollywood. Jackie Chan filmed part of his 1986 movie Armor of God here, and if you can, try to visit in July. That's when the castle and the village below host Erasm's Night Tournament, a vibrant medieval festival that truly transports you back in time. Next, we journey north to Sweden, to the historic city of Kalmar, where a truly magnificent castle stands guard over the Kalmar Sound. Kalmar Castle has played so many roles throughout its more than 800-year history. It's been a formidable fortress, a royal palace, a distillery producing spirits, a granary storing vital supplies, and even a grim prison. This versatility speaks volumes about its strategic importance. It stretches across 2 islands, a commanding presence separating mainland Sweden from the island of Åland in the Småland province, a location that has placed it at the heart of Scandinavian history for centuries. Its origins are quite humble, considering its later grandeur. It began in the waning years of the Viking Age, around the late 12th century, as a single defensive tower. Its purpose then was to protect the burgeoning medieval harbour of Kalmar from pirates and other marauders who plagued the Baltic coast. But a simple tower it did not remain. Over the centuries it was captured, recaptured, suffered devastating fires, and was painstakingly rebuilt and expanded. It's been the site of bloody massacres, but also pivotal peace treaties, most notably the Kalmar Union in 1397, which united Denmark, Norway and Sweden under a single monarch. What we see today is a beautifully restored example of Renaissance architecture, a far cry from its early medieval form. A succession of Swedish kings, particularly from the Vasa dynasty in the 16th century, transformed the old fortress into the splendid palace we can now admire. They added the robust curtain wall, the imposing corner towers, grand gatehouses, and even a moat, turning it into a residence fit for royalty. Now it's a popular museum. And if you visit during the festive season, you'll find it hosts one of Sweden's largest and most enchanting Christmas markets, a truly magical experience within these ancient walls. It's a place where every stone seems to whisper tales of kings, queens, sieges, and celebrations. Chapter 3. Our travels now take us to Lithuania, a country with a rich and often tumultuous history. In Kaunas, Lithuania's second largest city, strategically located at the confluence of the Nemunas and Neris rivers, stand the proud remains of Kaunas Castle. This magnificent Gothic edifice dates back to the 14th century, a time when this region was a critical frontier. It was originally constructed as a vital defensive outpost, primarily to guard against the incursions of the Teutonic Knights, crusaders who sought to conquer and convert the Baltic lands. This makes it one of the very first stone castles built in Lithuania, and uniquely it was the only one designed with 2 rows of formidable defensive walls. As the centuries passed, the strategic importance of Kaunas Castle began to wane. The city's centre gradually shifted and the immediate threat from crusaders diminished. The castle, once a symbol of Lithuanian resilience, found new, less glorious purposes. For a time it was converted into a jail, its strong walls now serving to confine rather than protect. Eventually, like many such ancient structures, it fell into disrepair, a noble ruin hinting at its former strength. But thankfully its story didn't end there. In the 20th century, recognizing its historical significance, the local government undertook extensive restoration efforts and archaeological excavations, breathing new life into its weathered stones. Today, what remains of Kaunas Castle serves as an illuminating museum, offering visitors a window into its storied past. It often hosts cultural events, bringing vibrancy back within its ancient perimeter. Its location near the confluence of 2 major rivers also places it close to another fascinating historical site, the Kaunas Fortress. This later network of 18th and 19th century fortifications was built by the Russian Empire to protect its western borders from Germany, especially as World War I loomed. These brick buildings and subterranean structures, though ultimately no match for modern warfare, are a stark reminder of Europe's complex military history, with some now converted into museums or other uses, creating a layered historical landscape around the older castle. Chapter 4. Let's head south now to the sun-kissed island of Mallorca, the largest of Spain's Balearic Islands. Here, perched on a hill overlooking the vibrant capital city of Palma, we find the truly unique Bellver Castle. It was built in the early 1300s, a period when Mallorca was still an independent kingdom. King Jaume II commissioned it as a royal residence, a place of grandeur and strategic oversight. However, its destiny as a luxurious royal abode was relatively short-lived. The kingdom of Mallorca fell to the crown of Aragon in 1344, and soon after, Bellver Castle began its long and rather grim career as a prison, a role it would fulfill on and off for the next 6 centuries. Imagine the irony for those unfortunate souls detained within its walls. The castle's very name, Bellver, comes from the Catalan for beautiful view, and it certainly lives up to it. From its ramparts, you get what many considered the best panoramic vista in all of Palma, stretching over the city, the bustling port, and out to the sparkling turquoise waters of the Mediterranean. For the prisoners, however, these breathtaking views were likely a torturous reminder of the freedom they had lost. Today, whether you take a guided tour or simply enjoy a solo stroll around its impressive structure, those views alone make a visit to Bellver Castle absolutely worthwhile. But Bellver Castle isn't just about the stunning scenery. Architecturally, it's a real standout. It's one of Europe's few circular castles still standing, and remarkably, it's the only one of its kind in Spain. This distinctive circular design with a central courtyard and 3 large towers integrated into the main structure plus a 4th, larger keep connected by a bridge makes it an object of fascination for architecture enthusiasts. Inside its historic walls, Bellver Castle now houses Parma's City History Museum, offering insights into the island's rich past. So it's a place where history buffs, architecture lovers, and anyone who appreciates a spectacular view can find something to marvel at. Chapter 5. For our final hidden gem, we travel to Albania, a Balkan nation whose stunning Adriatic coastline and rugged inland mountains have long made it a coveted land. Throughout its early history, Albania was ruled by a succession of civilizations, including the Illyrians, the Greeks, and the Romans, each leaving their mark. Sometime around the 5th or 6th century CE, perhaps as a stronghold against barbarian invaders during a period of great upheaval in Europe, Krujë Castle was erected in the strategic hills above what was then Albania's capital city, Krujë. Its location offered a commanding view of the surrounding plains, making it a natural defensive position. The castle's most heroic chapter unfolded in the 15th century, a time when the Ottoman Empire was aggressively expanding into Europe. It became the citadel of resistance under the leadership of Gjörgj Kastrioti Skenderbeg, now revered simply as Skanderbeg. He was an Albanian nobleman who'd been taken hostage as a boy, educated, and trained as a soldier by the Ottomans. However, he eventually deserted, returned to his homeland, and gathered an army within the walls of Krujë Castle. For an incredible 25 years, Skanderbeg and his forces successfully defended Albania from this very fortress, repelling numerous Ottoman sieges and becoming a legendary figure of European resistance against Ottoman encroachment. Despite Skanderbeg's valiant efforts, Krujë Castle finally fell to the Turks in 1478, 10 years after his death. Albania then remained part of the Ottoman Empire until it gained independence in 1912. Today, the castle, preserved in a state of evocative ruin, remains a hugely popular attraction, perched dramatically in the hills above Tirana, the modern capital. Unsurprisingly, Skanderbeg is hailed as a national hero in Albania, and in 1982, a museum dedicated to his life and exploits was opened within the castle walls. Also, within this historic enclosure, you'll find the sacred ruins of a Sufi mosque and its graveyard, as well as an ethnographic museum showcasing traditional Albanian life, offering a rich tapestry of history and culture. Well, there you have it. 5 European castles that might not have been on your radar, but each with a story that's just waiting to be discovered. From the cave-dwelling marvel of Predjama to the circular Sentinel of Bellver and the heroic Bastion of Krujë, these fortresses remind us that history isn't just confined to the most famous landmarks. It's woven into the fabric of countless towns and landscapes across this incredible continent. Exploring these lesser-known sites often gives us a more personal connection to the past, a chance to imagine the lives lived within those ancient walls without the hustle and bustle of larger crowds. What I love about travel is that sense of discovery, the joy of stumbling upon a place that truly captivates your imagination. These castles are more than just tourist attractions. They are testaments to human ingenuity, ambition, conflict, and resilience. They offer us a tangible link to the people and events that shaped Europe. So, as you plan your next European adventure, I encourage you to look beyond the highlights, to dig a little deeper and to seek out these hidden gems. You might just find that your most memorable experiences come from the places you least expect. Thanks for joining me on this journey with Trailvia. I hope this has inspired you to add a few new destinations to your travel wish list. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep experiencing the rich tapestry of our world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Trailvia channel for more amazing content. Happy travels, and as we say, keep on traveling.